and welcome to my channel. So for today's video, I have pre-painted a canvas board. It was from one of those like paint by number kits, but it was discounted at Michael's and incredibly cheap. So I just took it apart and gessoed and did a base coat. It got kind of messy, but it's okay because we're going to be going over it. For today's video, I was thinking we can do like a junk journal style multimedia thing. So I picked out some scrapbook paper and like the colors and styles that I might want to use. I've got some of these almost like gift tag things that I thrifted along with all of the scrapbook paper. This is some borders from a piece that I had already cut up for a previous video. Actually, it was that stamping video. So I think what I'm gonna start off by doing is just cutting out some shapes that I want to use. And where's the one that I know I want to use for the background? And I'm really liking this one. I think I want to use this as like my background base. So I'll probably glue this on and cut it. I think I want to glue it at an angle though. So kind of like that to where it's askewed. But I'm going to start off by like, I want to cut out some of these boxes, some of these circle patterns. Some of them I think I want to try and tear and get like a more like rustic naturalistic edge. Some of these I've used before, so like this one was from the turkey video. That's why some of these other ones were cut up as well. So I'm gonna do that off camera so that this video isn't a million years long. So I've glued this down. I didn't do a very good job with these edges. I don't know if you can tell, but they're like lifting. Wasn't strong enough with it, I suppose. And I was able to do it askew. I also cut up a bunch of little pieces from the scrapbook paper. I cut out some shapes. I actually really like the placement of that. So do I like that there? Maybe like this. That could be kind of cute. And then I've got like these roses. I don't know if I'll use them or not, but I kind of want to. Maybe like that. And keep in mind, I'm going to be doing like a drawing on top of all of this, so I don't want it too busy. I feel like it was too simple. I feel like I need to complicate it more just because that's who I am. And I think I want to put this somewhere down here because I think that's what I want to include the species once I figure out what it is. I'm doing a dragonfly. I don't want to do this because I feel like it's too much of that color. It's just a lighter, slightly more muted tone with the same background color from the bubbles. And I think this one's too busy. So let's just go ahead and dismantle this so we can glue it together. I was watching Lindsay from Frugal Crafter. Love her. I've been watching her on and off since high school. She does a lot of these absolutely beautiful mixed media pieces. And I was just feeling really inspired, and I had a lot of, you know, scrap material stuff that I didn't know how else I was going to use and all that. So I figured I would just look through and see what I have, because I figured I was like, well, I'd like to give that a try. And that's kind of the beauty with mixed media, honestly, is that just like with any other kind of art, you want to do it in your own style, right? And as long as you have multiple medias, it's mixed media. But I was just really inspired by her style of it, and I wanted to give it a go. I actually got these at the dollar store as an impulse purchase, and I was like, I don't know why I bought these, because I never use stickers. And I was planning this project, and I thought about them, and I was like, oh my god, I can probably use these for something. They are very detailed now that I'm looking at them out, and I'm not loving the glitter, but I'm sure we could figure something out. I've got this caladium, I'm pretty sure, leaf. I am going to take off the foam backing if I can. Well, maybe I won't. Because there's just a lot going on. Maybe I move that and I put this here. Because I kind of like that. I really like that, actually. I definitely want something large in the corner. I have one reason that I pulled these out, and I've had these for ages. And I know this is a little preemptive, but I've been signing my name with my initials lately, and so I figured I'd have the MS, which, by the way, isn't actually my government name. We might go into that another time on this channel. But I remembered the leaves before I remembered those, and I was actually going through some old scrapbook paper from back then, because I'm not even a fan of gold, but I've had these since prom. I scrapbooked my prom because I was that high schooler. And that was my colors for prom. So that's why I have those. To stay true to theme, I haven't showed you guys this on my channel yet, but I have used them before. I have not been able to place what year they're from, but they are antique, or at least old. You can see by the labeling and honestly just the type of packaging they're in. It's not just colored pencils. There are 2 colors missing. Instead of them, there were these guys. So we've got a charcoal pencil and a water-soluble graphite pencil. But then we've got these beautiful colored pencils. And again, I have used them. So, and they were used when I got them as well. So I don't really feel bad using them. In fact, I think art supplies are meant to be used in general. So I was actually getting ready to grab this this book of Strathmore colored pencil paper because it's the smaller one. I didn't want to use up a whole big one. And it looks like it's actually the first thing in the book is these Derwent colored pencils. But look at these beautiful colors. They're just gorgeous. So now I'm going to go in with a black and white acrylic paint pen. These were the TikTok ones from a while back. I'm trying to keep this as straight as possible, but it's making itself difficult. And this is the part that I'm terrified of. I might just, you know, mess about with it and like not actually try to get it too realistic, just kind of have a play. I'm just kind of having fun with it at this point. I know that I didn't get very realistic here. That's okay. I think this is the loosest I've worked since I was a kid. And I'm really enjoying it, to be honest with you. I don't normally work in multimedia. And again, I was just really inspired by Lindsay. I can never pronounce her last name, no matter how much I try. And that's no disrespect to her. I'm just horrible at names. Begins with a W, but from Frugal Crafter, that's her YouTube channel. And she's just absolutely amazing at, you know, staying really loose with her work and working in multimedia. This is mostly what she does. She plays around with a bunch of different mediums. She does a bunch of different product reviews. So if that's the kind of stuff that you like to watch, definitely check her out. I'm sure you probably already know about her if you know about my channel, though. But even if you're not into art, she's just such a wonderful person from, you know, I've never met her, but from what I can see of how she presents herself. So I would definitely go check her out. And this white is not going to layer on here, is it? Not at all. Oh, lordy. All right, let's try it on now. This is why these pens suck. So now I've got to use Google to find out what kind of dragonfly this is and put it down here. So Google wasn't very helpful on the species, to be honest. But I was able to pull up the meaning of a dragonfly. And one of the meanings I think is actually really beautiful, and it's the ability to adapt to life's challenges. So I think that's what I'm going to put down here. I think that looks good enough. So now I'll just go over it with a fine liner. So we've got that. And then I also wanted to, got this ink pad. I've had it forever. You can tell by the back, it's rough. But I just wanted to try and add in, it is not, good Lord. It is not going on how I was hoping it would, but it is still giving some really cool distressing looks to it. That's kind of how I was hoping it would go on. I'm actually really liking the edge parts that I'm doing by accident. Well, I started doing by accident, now I'm doing it on purpose. wonder if it's starting to dry out. I wonder if that's the problem I'm having. Alright, so that's our finished piece. Honestly, I kind of wish that I went a little different with the dragonfly, but it was really, really fun to work on. I'm going to wait for this to dry a little longer and then I'll erase the pencil lines, but this is pretty much what we are left with. I'm really happy with the outcome. So if you liked this video and you like my art, hopefully you like both. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to stay artsy.